This video is going to be called How to Get Your Money Right. And we're going to talk about the 4 different levels of financial independence for a single person. Now, if you were around back in the day, you remember Wall Street Playboys. And I found Wall Street Playboys when I was about 18 years old. Because back in the day, I was trying to figure out how to make money, trying to figure out how to make money online. And I came across quite a few forums, and I remember running into this blog. And it was this white website, it was white and blue, and it was called Wall Street Playboys. Now, this blog was written by guys who worked in investment banking, and I think they were either VPs or managing directors in investment banking. And the entire blog was how to level up your lifestyle, how to make money, how to actually go and get a job in banking, because I was studying finance at the time. And I thought I wanted to become an investment banker. But there was one article on that blog, and I want to give a big shout out to them. And I think they've rebranded now on Twitter. They talk about mainly crypto now. But it was called The 4 Levels of Financial Independence for a Single Person. And it talked about these 4 different levels. And as you start to make money in your life and as you start to level up, you should also level up the things you have, right? The place you live, the car you drive, the clothes you wear. And this is all very important in your development. So I'm going to go through these 4 different levels here. And we're going to talk about a few things, and I'm going to kind of explain. So back in the day when I was 21 years old and I was a senior in college, this is when I really got onto Twitter, and I started watching all these people make money and build these businesses, build agencies, and make money online. And I had tried, drop shipping. I tried all these different things. But one of my goals, and I actually found the notebook a few weeks ago because I just cleared out my old apartment, my old place, and I found my list of goals from, I think, 2019, early 2019, and it said get hired for $55,000 a year. Now, at 26, who I am now, I've made more money than that in a day. So I want to make this very clear. As you start to level up in life, and as you start to make more money and level up in your business and your career, whatever it is you're doing, your frame of reference and your reality becomes a lot different. And so the 4 different levels of financial independence are as follows. It's level 1 is $4,000 a month. Level 2 is $6,500 a month. Level 3 is $10,000 a month. And level 4 is 20 grand a month. And so these are the 4 different levels. And when I mean $10,000, $20,000 a month, I mean take home money in your pocket. So I want to make this very clear. If you're a young guy and you follow me, because I have a lot of young followers, the level at which you start out at, which is that $0 to $4,000 a month range, you immediately should put all of your focus not on spending all this money on Gucci and Louis Vuitton and trying to flex and going to the club and blowing your whole paycheck. You should spend it on immediately making more money. That means investing in yourself, investing in education, investing in a better life for yourself, a better gym membership, things like this. So $4 grand a month, I remember trying to figure this out for myself back in the day because all of the stuff that I was applying for in terms of jobs, I have a degree in finance for people who don't know, was 30K, 40K, 50K. Even investment banking was like base salary 70K, and which is super hard and super competitive to get into. Also consulting, but you guys, if you've been following me long enough, you know how I feel about consulting. So at $4 grand a month, you're going to have your phone bill, you're going to have your utility bill, you're going to have a basic studio or 1-bedroom apartment, or you can live with your friends. I recommend living with your friends who are also on the same mission as you. And you're going to have a car, hopefully. I would focus on number 1, getting a car as soon as you have a few $1,000s for down payment, putting it on finance. And I would recommend you're going to have money for food, and you're going to be around $3,500 a month in spend. So you're only going to be saving about $500. Now, $500 to me now is not a lot of money, but to you, especially when you're just starting out, it's a lot of money. And you want to make sure you're constantly stacking month over month. But most importantly, you want to make sure your immediate focus is on making more money. So level 2 is $6,500 a month, around $7 grand a month. And this is the point where your life really starts to change. Now, back in the day when I was working in sales, I remember my 3rd month on the job, I got a paycheck for $13,000. And so I went straight from like 2 grand the first month off of the base pay to like 4 grand, and then it was 13K commission. And so my life immediately changed. I knew that I had that paycheck coming. I knew that I could replicate it, and I knew that I could make a lot more money than that if I worked really, 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 really hard. Now, Back in the day, online business was in its infancy. Right now, as I film this, I'm 26. This is me at 21, 22 years old. So 6.5 grand a month, your life is going to start to change because, and like I said, I want to give a big shout out to Wall Street Playboys because this is an idea that I've had in my mind for years and almost a decade now. So when you make your first $6,000-7,000 a month, you're going to be able to, even if you're living at the same level, right, that $3,500 a month or $4,000 a month in spend, what ends up happening is, okay, now you have 2 grand a month that you're saving. Now you might have 3 grand a month. If you cut your expenses and live with roommates, or you have one bedroom that's cheap or something like that, you're going to start to save 2 grand, 3 grand a month. Now, that might not seem like a lot of money because so many people nowadays are focused on getting rich quick, making 50 grand a month their first month. Everyone who thinks that you're just going to be able to come into a new business model and make 20, 50, $100,000 a month, unless you're a savant, unless you're a fucking genius, it's not going to happen. None of this stuff happens overnight. I didn't get to where I am with things happening overnight. It was years and years and years and years and years of work and hard labor. So when you start to level that up and you get to that 6,000-7,000 a month, I would upgrade my clothes. I would upgrade my image. I would upgrade my style. I would maybe, if you can, upgrade the car you drive because now you have a little bit more disposable income. You can maybe, if you're not working a 9 to 5, you can maybe start traveling to different places and getting cool content for your Instagram, things like that. And then I would focus on taking that and then making even more money. So each of these different levels, they're all stepping stones to not only upgrading your life situation, but also upgrading the places that you go to and also upgrading the amount of money that you make. So that being said, if you're there, focus on, of course, making more money, but then also focus on upgrading the little things. If you have a few thousand, you're making a few extra $1,000 a month, get an entry-level watch, get an Omega, get a Rolex, a Oyster Perpetual Rolex, get something, get nice clothes, go to the tailor. Now, if you're a super young guy, obviously don't be wearing custom suits all day. If you're 24, 25, 26, you can kind of get away with it. If you're older, as I'm turning 27 soon, you can start to get away with that stuff. That being said, the next level is this $10,000 a month mark. Now, basically what happens is the difference is between 7 grand and 10 grand, your disposable income starts to increase. So a lot of people, what they do when they first start to get money is they inflate the absolute shit out of their lifestyle expenses. They buy a $40,000 CLA Mercedes and think they're flexing. Nice cars, but yeah. They will go and they'll start spending all their money at the club. They'll go on lavish vacations for a few days and get content for Instagram. And they don't actually stack their money the right way. They don't get their money right. And so when you start to get your money right, you start to feel more confident. I guarantee if you're at 0 right now, your life would change if you had 10, 20 grand in the bank. So as your disposable income starts to go up, you can get a nicer apartment. Or if you're with your friends and their money starts going up and they're on the same mission as you, you can get an even nicer place. And you have to be on the same mission, but if you're alone, I don't recommend anyone be alone. But if you're alone, keep doing the same thing. Continue to make more money and continue to invest in things that are going to make your life situation better. Now, the difference between 10 and 20 grand a month is pretty drastic. And I'm going to explain why. Everyone who thinks that, 10K a month is going to be this magical, fantastic thing that happens, it doesn't really work like that. You have to also maintain the consistency with this because I see a lot of people, especially in the online marketing space, in the online business space, they'll have like a month where they make like 9.5K, they'll make 10K, and then it'll go to 2K because they lose clients or they just can't maintain the same consistency. Or because they made that 10K in that month, they start fucking off, they start going to a club, they think they're rich. Now, I was guilty of that when I was first coming up. And I'm speaking from experience here, that is not what you want to do. I remember my first $10,000, $20,000 months, and I was living like I was a multimillionaire already. So, the difference between 10 and 20 is drastic because 20, your life really opens up, especially if you can maintain the consistency of 20 grand a month. At 20 grand a month, you can get a really nice car. You can get about $100,000 car. You can buy a older Aston Martin. You can buy a Porsche. You can buy a very nice Mercedes. You can buy a Range Rover. You can really start to feel like you're actually on the way up, like you're actually making it. So I want you guys to be very, very clear here that these are just like the baseline statistics. These are the base levels that you're going to go through. Obviously, there's a lot more room to improve. 20 grand a month now, that's a very bad month for me. That being said, you want to focus, the message of this video is for you guys to really level up, not only making money, but also level up your lifestyle. Move to a nicer place, move to a nicer city, move to a place where there's more opportunity, move in with your friends, start making money with your friends, go into business with your friends if they're about it. Not if they're a leech, but if they're about it. And so what's going to happen to you is, and I can tell you that this is absolutely achievable within like the first year that you're doing business. Going from zero to $200,000 a year is absolutely achievable. I've seen a lot of people do it. A lot of people that I've coached and everything have done it. And it's important to your development, especially when you're young. You don't want to be stupid with your money. You want to make sure you're not spending all of it. You want to make sure you're putting it away. You want to make sure that every single dollar that you spend, of course, enjoy some of what you worked for, but every single dollar that you spend goes to improving yourself, improving the amount of money that you make, and improving your life situation. Now, getting your money right is important because the reason why we make money is for you, especially if you're a guy. It's for better girls, it's for a faster car, it's for a nicer fat crib. It's for you to improve the situation that you're in and to improve your life. So I'm not going to go into the 50, 100K plus range because the lifestyle that you can live on 20 grand a month, I live on 20 grand a month. And actually I live on less than that now. So I want this to be very clear. You get your money right, you improve your life situation, and you move through these different financial levels of independence as fast as you possibly can, because the faster you do that, the faster you're going to be in a better position to improve your life. The point of life is not, I want to make as much money as possible. The point of life is I want to make as much money as possible to live the best life that I possibly can so that I can run around the world and do whatever I want and drive a Lamborghini or drive a Ferrari or drive an Aston Martin or rent a boat in Dubai with your friends for the weekend, or go to the south of France, or go to Croatia for yacht week, and do all these crazy things and have all these crazy experiences. This is what money buys you. You don't want to live like you're an absolute idiot. And you want to make sure that there's more money coming in every single month, unless you buy like a big thing, you buy a car, or you buy a house, or you put a bunch of money into an investment or something like that. You want to make sure you're doing the right things with your money. Now, I'm going to make more videos about what I specifically am invested in and different businesses that I actually own that I'm invested in and things like that. But that being said, you got to get your money right. This is the most important thing. Kanye West said it in the song. He said, wait till I get my money right. And so when you go through life, you have to constantly be in a state of improvement. Anything but improvement is stagnation. Now, you can have more experiences and spend money for experiences, which is improvement because then you have more stories to tell, you're going to be more charismatic. But as you go through these different levels of financial independence, you want to make sure there's more money coming in than you're spending every month. You're not being an absolute idiot, and you're not inflating your lifestyle right after your first big month. You have to maintain the consistency for at least 4 to 6 months, and then that can be your new baseline. This is my message to you guys. I hope this finds you well, and I'll see you in the next video.